Looks like Model Y will make its home in Fremont. Elon walks back his optimism a touch. China Model 3 pricing is revealed. And Gigafactory 3's job fair was a bit of a success. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 526 for May 31st, 2019. This show is sponsored by my supporter Richard. If you're in the market for a Model S, X, or 3, please consider using his referral code. Ask your salesperson to use Richard174 or go direct to the web link ts.la/Richard174 and pick up a 1,000-mile supercharging credit for your new vehicle. We head into the weekend starting at CNBC, where they're reporting that the Model Y will be produced at the Fremont factory. Citing several current and former employees as sources, this move comes as a bit of a surprise considering past comments from Tesla saying that Fremont was bursting at the seams, as well as the fact that a tent was erected to help produce Model 3 at volume. Sources say that Model X and Model Y will be condensed to a single production line, making way on the remaining line for Model Y. But will this be enough? Considering that Model Y may well be even more popular than Model 3, just one production line probably won't be cutting it. Here's my prediction on this one. Model Y will begin life at Fremont and either move to or be expanded to Gigafactory 1, as the building can be easily expanded to handle that production. But this isn't all on this story. CNBC is also reporting in the same article that the long-rumored interior refresh for Model S and Model X will be arriving in September, along with a 400-mile range. Remember, both of these stories belong in the rumor category for now, as Tesla has not commented on either. Stay tuned, I'll keep you up to date. We move over to Teslarati, where Elon was back at the keys writing another company-wide email, seemingly walking back a bit of his previous optimism from the previous show. Apparently, the new bottleneck for Tesla is the delivery side. The short email read, quote, "While our demand is strong, we have a lot of vehicle deliveries to catch up to in order to have a successful quarter. Starting tomorrow, I will be holding skip-level calls with America, Asia, and Europe delivery teams every 2 days to understand what's needed to accelerate the rate of deliveries. We also need to address the total cost of getting a car from our factory to the customer. Last quarter, there were many expedite fees and routing inefficiencies that led to higher than expected delivery costs. This makes it much harder for Tesla to break even. Per my earlier email, if we execute well, Q2 will be an all-time record for Tesla vehicle deliveries and an awesome victory. Super excited to make this happen with you, Elon." End quote. So this followed his previous message saying that they needed just a bit more production to reach the goal, but it seems that delivery is a bit more dire, especially considering the expedite fees mentioned. I know they're trying to get cars to folks as fast as possible, but maybe setting better deadlines and reasonable expectations is a more sustainable and realistic way to go. I'm confident in the team as they cranked out a record last year, and there's no reason they can't beat that this quarter with lessons learned in spinning up overseas deliveries. Back now over to our favorite China correspondent, Vincent, we get the details on Model 3 pricing in China. Quote, "Now Tesla China officially announced Made in China Model 3 SR Plus, has a cruising range of 460 kilometers, NEDC estimate, starting at RMB 328,000, and expected delivery time is 6 to 10 months, and officially open vehicle reservations." End quote. He followed with some clarification, noting, quote, "US-made Model 3 SR Plus, 377,000 RMB. China-made Model 3 SR Plus, 328,000 RMB." End quote. Congrats to our friends in China. Hope you have your cars quickly. And then lastly, we stick with Vincent, where he reported that the job fair for Gigafactory 3 was a smashing success. Quote, "May 29th, Tesla China held a job opening recruitment in Lingyang to raise the first wave of frontline employees for Shanghai Gigafactory GF3. A lot of people went there, and which was originally scheduled to end at 4 p.m., was delayed until nearly 7 p.m. End quote. Seems Tesla will have no shortage of labor for the new factory once complete. That is it for this week and today's show. Thanks very much to the super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level over at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. They are Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morvan Ogg, Blake Thompson, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Michael Pastroni, Travis and Cheyenne Rush, Cookie UK, Chris Hovis, Lewis, Craig Murphy, Vicky Kirk, Ricky Johnston, Bien Concepcion, Nathan Garza, Paul Goena, and Ed Patterman. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I will see everyone back here again next week on Monday. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.